Welcome back for today's session. So one query I received somewhere, that is in method of completing the square, please repeat the step number 3 and step number 6. So I have taken the example of solving a question, suppose. So how to go for these all 6 steps what I shared with you in a standard form of ax square plus bx plus c in yesterday's task. So Nishant Negi has asked this, so I will make it clear very decent way is there to understand this step number 3 and 6 through this example. Suppose you are given with a question to solve 2x square plus x minus 6 is equal to 0 by using the method of completing the square. So by step number 1, I told you whatever is the coefficient of x, here it is 2. So you need to divide each of the term so that it becomes x square. So here it is 2, so I have divided each term by 2. Then this result becomes x square plus 1 by 2 of x minus 3 is equal to 0. Then in step number 2, I ask you shift the constant term to this side. You do that part. I have shifted 3 to this side. So you will be getting x square plus 1 by 2x is equal to 3. So this is there in step number 2. In step number 3, why I did this? Pay attention to this. Because so that the variables only left in one side and constant are shifted to the other side. Now, to understand this step, this you need to focus. Why? Because we are speaking about the method of completing the square. Whatever the trick I am playing here, that will make it a perfect square in left hand side. Always in step number 3. For that I told you check the coefficient of x. What is that here? That is 1 by 2. So I told you half the coefficient of x. So half the coefficient of x means half of half and whole square. So half the coefficient of x is 1 by 2 and half of that is 1 by 2 again and whole square. I need to add to both sides. Why I am taking that? Because this step will make it a perfect square, which left hand side always in any case, if it is plus, so always it will be in plus. If it is minus, then it will be in minus. Now you can check, this is a square, this is b square and this is 2ab. So where a is what? X and b is 1 into 1 is 1, 2 is 4, so 1 by 4. A square plus b square plus 2ab. 2ab is 2 into x plus 1 by 4. When you will solve that, that will be equal to what? 1 by 2x. In any case you just take the example of any question which you have solved suppose easily by middle term split. If you do that by the method of completing the square, you will be able to understand what we need to do. So this step, if you are asking whatever the trick we are playing, simply I need to add the square of the coefficient of x, and that's half the coefficient of x and whole square to both the sides, just to make the left hand side a perfect square. That is the purpose only. And then identify what is a and what is b. That I have done. This rest of the part is depending upon the calculation only. Once you have written this in the perfect square form and you have solved this in step number 5, now in step number 6 you are looking for the value of x, not of x square. So that's why I need not to expand this. I have to remove this 2, and whenever it is a perfect square and you need to remove suppose x square and you need to remove the square, so take always the square root of that. So if I will be taking the square root of this, so this 2 will go off, because the power of this third form is 1 by 2. So 2 into 1 by 2 means I can cancel 2 with 2. So then I will left with what? X plus 1 by 4, and here the under root of both the sides I have to take. So this will be 7 upon 4. But once these are the perfect squares and you have got the square root, so you will be always putting the two signs together, plus as well as minus. Remember this is also very important from the understanding point of view. If x square is equal to 4, means x is equal to plus 2 as well as minus 2, because in quadratic 100 degrees 2 maximum 2 zeros are possible. That is the point you need to remember. So one sign will be of plus, one will be of minus. Now you shift this 1 by 4 to this side, this will become minus 1 upon 4 and plus minus 7 upon 4. So then x will equal to minus 1 upon 4. First case you can take off plus 7 upon 4, and second case you can take off minus 7 upon. Once plus and once minus. Do this calculation. Here you will be getting x is equal to 3 upon 2 and here we will be getting x is equal to minus 2. So that will be the answer. Now I hope that is clear what to do in step number 3 and how to go for the calculations in step number 6. So that's all about your query. Now today I will share the syllabus which is expected in your midterm examination. Suppose before that, if we are going to plan about the pre-midterms of examination point of view, we are waiting for CBSE instructions. Otherwise, definitely we will be conducting the pre-mid also. So we have decided there are 15 topics in your textbook. So 7 at least out of 15, 7 will be the part of your midterm examination. Suppose if we are conducting the pre-mid examination, so out of these 7, any 3 will be given to you. And most probably real numbers, polynomials and triangles will be the part of your pre-mid examinations if examination will be conducted. And other 4 then you need to add from your midterm examination point of view. Very soon I will be preparing the blueprint also, so that you will have the weightage of each topic available with you and you just can prepare well for your examination. Because all this is countable in your board examination, you need to send the record also. That's why this is very important from class 10 point of view. So well in advance I am sharing these topics. Chapter number 1 real number, then 2 polynomials, 3 pair of linear equation in 2 variables, 4th is the quadratic equation, then 5th will be the arithmetic progression, 6th is of triangles, and 7th coordinate geometry. So if we will not be finding the time, suppose, so then we can add one more very small topic is there, that is your last topic, 15th topic is probability. So if we will have the time with us, we can finish that also, that is probability, and the remaining topics we can continue when we will be back to our classes. So I will try within this third lockdown, I will complete all these topics in details. I am sharing with you with assignments as well as with tests. But still, if you will be having any kind of difficulties, you are most welcome. Whenever you will be back to us, come personally, share your difficulties. Don't be panic anywhere. So feel free to have the queries. Not now, even after the school, whenever you will be there. But from the examination point of view, from the studies point of view, you see somewhere this is important to be in touch with the things in mathematics daily. We just cannot put a gap there. That is the point of discussion. If I will be putting a gap of 10 days and I am not touching the topic, so then it becomes always 0. So simple thought I would like to share with you is, give yourself room to learn, to play, to explore and to experience. So then what happens? To become a new. I repeat, give yourself room to learn, to play, to explore, to experience, to become a new. So this is very important. Whenever you are there, few of the topics are totally new to you, like quadratic equation and arithmetic progression again will be new to you. So then it is the coordinate geometry. That's why I am saying you need to give yourself a room to learn. And with that, some playing also is very important. You need to play also to keep yourself fresh, to learn, okay, and then to explore. Whenever you are getting the test or the assignments, try to explore that your talent within yourselves. Yeah, I'm getting the answer, that feel good factor somewhere. You should realize at least within yourselves, and then experience. What you can do here at this stage. Whatever I have done, suppose I have done the real numbers. So just in the beginning you finished that topic. Now are you in position to remember how to prove under root 2 is irrational? What is that? What was my experience when I was sitting inside the class? What I did when the test was conducted, was that wrong or right? Where I commit the mistake? All these are the things which you can recall, and you can share your own experience within yourselves to do the things correct. So please make a note of all these topics. So I will be there always during this lockdown period, and I have already shared with Sir Manish. I will speak to Ma'am Shivani also today only. So I could not give her a call just in the morning. So definitely I will share and I will convey it to her that these are the topics we will be taking in our midterm examinations. So now from today's class point of view, this is all about your method of completing the squares. So same now you need to apply by using the quadratic formula also. So in both ways you try. Then I will start with the problem sums of your this exercise, which is based upon your this method of completing the squaring exercise 4.3, or in simultaneously you can solve those by using the quadratic formula that I said x is equal to minus b plus minus b square minus 4ac and whole upon 2a, in which I said this b square minus 4ac is called the discriminant. Please make a note of that. This is called discriminant, and usually we are denoting it by d, b square minus 4ac. So therefore d is equal to b square minus 4ac. So you know when it is the standard form ax square plus bx plus c is equal to 0, what is a, what is b, what is c. Do this in linear equation in two variables. I asked you to focus your attention upon a1, b1, c1, a2, b2, c2, because two equations were there. Here I am simply asking what is a, what is b and what is c. That you did in polynomials also. That there was a quadratic polynomial where we did the question to verify the zeros where with respect to its coefficients. The sum and product always was depending upon b, a and c. Same task we are doing here also. And then those values where you will be substituting here. Now three things are possible. D can be equal to 0, D can be greater than 0, and D can also be less than 0. Better you check well in advance. As I told in linear equation in two variable a1 upon a2 is not equal to b1 upon b2 means unique solution. If all three are equal, infinite solution. If first two are equal, not to equal third one, that is a1 upon a2 is equal to b1 upon b2 is not equal to c1 upon c2 means no solution. Similarly here, if your discriminant is equal to 0, so roots are possible. Real होंगे और क्या होंगे, repeated होंगे. यानी कि my point is कि degrees 2, so your one answer will be repeated. कि x minus 1 whole square. If it is like this, so my answer will be 1 and 1 only. Repeating zeros will be there. So then in that case, if you will be checking your discriminant, that will always be coming equal to 0. So nature of roots will be real and repeated. One answer, two times will be repeated there. If it is greater than 0, always real and distinct. Now two different answers will be there. Distinct roots will be there. And if you are getting this discriminant as minus, then roots are not possible. Imaginary roots, not possible. These are called imaginary. Or you can say roots are not possible, then no need to go for the solution of such questions where your discriminant is not equal to, is less than that of 0, that is negative. If you are getting d is negative, then no need to solve that further. Roots will not be possible. So based upon this, you can try your question number 1 of exercise 4.3, and then problem sum definitely I will be taking to the formation of equations, and further you, I hope now, can solve all those, and if not, so definitely I will be there to help you. Before that, please do the practice of method of completing the square as well as of the quadratic formula. Then I will come with the assignment based upon these two methods so that you can do practice. The purpose of adding these to your knowledge only and only is if you are finding it difficult to solve any quadratic equation by the method of middle term splitting, you can go for the quadratic formula as well as you can think about the method of completing the squares. So that's all for today. Thank you.